In this video, let's talk about how to add hyperlinks to your workbook. You can hyperlink to two different places, out to a website, to another document, or to a place within your workbook. So a lot of times I've seen workbooks where on the very first sheet, maybe they'll have instructions or whatever, they will have a list of hyperlinks that will take them to the subsequent sheets in the workbook. So in order to add that hyperlink, let's take our Grill 501. We can go to Insert, and over here is Link. Now you have existing file or web page, place in this document, or an email address is another one I didn't mention. So when we go to the place in this document, we can say, I'm on Grill 01. I want to go to Grill 01. Now, do you have a specific spot that you want them to go? If so, you would type that right here. So in this case, I'm just going to hit OK. And now we have that hyperlink. When I click, we will run to A1 on the Grill 501. The other thing I'll mention is you can put a tool tip so they don't necessarily see this whole link. So I'm going to right click on this cell and let's edit that hyperlink. So there's the text we're going to display. We're going to A1 on Grill 01, but here's where you put the screen tip. And so that screen tip, you can just put your little, take you to Grill 5-01 worksheet. So now when you hit OK, and you put your finger on that, it says takes you to Grill 501 worksheet. Then of course you can run over here. Another way you can do a hyperlink is I am going to insert a shape. And in this case, I'll just put this one and I will put back to documentation. Make this a little bigger. Let's maybe make it a different color. Anywho's, I can right click on that shape. Ooh, right here. You may need to make sure you click on the border of the shape, right click. Here's link, and then it says, well, where do we want to go? And we are going to go to the documentation page in cell A1, or if you want to put in a different cell, I don't remember what we were at. Let's just say it was A5. I'll hit OK. I won't worry about the screen tip. And so now they can click on this and it sends them back to A5, and I missed it by a couple. It should have been A7. So over here, I can again right click, edit the link, and we'll just put A7. Click out, and now we are back on A7. So obviously I could do this for every page and have it linked to every worksheet. Another type of link you can do is to a website. So let's say we want them to be able to click on the name Tibetan Grill, and I found one called Himalayan Grill. I can copy that address and then right up here, right click, we'll go to link, and we can just put the address right there and hit OK. And so now, oops, we've lost our formatting. We would have to reformat this. But we can, again, when they click on that, it'll open up the website. And one that I've done is I want to be able to link to a document. So in my example, let's say I put in a number for a receipt. I'm keeping track of expenses on something, and I've saved that receipt. I've scanned it, and now I want to link that number to the receipt. So I will right click, again, link, and right here under existing file or web page, you can navigate to a particular file, and then I'll just go to 125E. So here's my receipt. I'll hit OK. And now when they click on that, it will actually open up that document so you can see what you purchased, if you will. The last couple of things I mentioned on hyperlinks is once you've created all these links and you want to go and edit the cell, it can be kind of a pain. Say we want to change this formatting back to what it was, because when you go to click on the cell, it will go to the link every time. And all I want to do is select the cell. So what you have to do is when you have the finger that would normally take you on to the hyperlink, hold down the mouse button and eventually your cursor will turn into that plus, and now you can let go. The other thing I've done very often is right click on a cell and then just click away, and now the cell is selected. But if you left click, hold it down, don't let go. Once you get the white plus, then you can let go and it won't send you out to the hyperlink. Now, hyperlinks, the second thing I want to mention is they have a style. So you have a followed hyperlink, and that's why we see the brown underline, and then you have a regular hyperlink. You can modify that style if you don't want it to be that. And you can still, now that that's cell selected, I can change this to 12 and remove the underline. The hyperlink will still be there. It just won't look like the style that it normally comes in with. So that is it for hyperlinks.